Oh, we are live! How are we, lads?
Come on, the footy! The footy's back! Guys, subscribe to the channel. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah! The Cowboys win it! Woo!
Hello, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I am Nick from Australia. Welcome to the Leeds versus Catalans and Wigan versus Huddersfield post-game show review for your round 3 of the Betfred Super League. And I am joined by Just Rugby League, who was at attendance of the Wigan game against Huddersfield. Just Rugby League, mate, thanks for coming on the channel, bro. I really appreciate your time.
Not a problem, Nick. Not a problem. Love joining you and that, giving me review on the game.
Well, obviously, I wasn't at the game, and the game wasn't televised. But, mate, tell us, what were your thoughts on the Wigan Warriors win over the Huddersfield Giants?
It was an ugly win. We got the win. Obviously, I thought that them sort of games last season we 1-1 now. But yeah, we obviously started well. Got a quick try, and then Huddersfield got a try back, and then Wigan hit them for 2 tries. And then I'd say after 25 minutes, half an hour, it went a bit of an arm wrestle. And then obviously second half they come out and scored a quick try. I thought it was going to happen to us what happened to Leeds what we did to Leeds last week.
Yeah.
And they were going to hit us, but we got back into it, a bit of an arm wrestle, got back into it. Could have scored another, obviously we got another try with Bateman, but we could have got another, Liam Farrell could have had an hat-trick, but knocked him over the line, same with Kai Pace-Paul as well, he knocked him over the line, so yeah. It's one of them games, it was a bit of a second half, it's Evans opened it and absolutely bombed it down, so wasn't one of them sort of games where we could chuck ball around, and that was a bit of a up the jumper.
How did the field go? Obviously, he had a hat-trick last week.
It was tricky. He never really got into the game. He had go into the halves in the first couple of minutes. First tackle, Kate Cuss took a knock. He had go off and had injury. Come back on, but obviously it got a few things got changed around. Jai went into the halves. Ade come into full back, and for some reason he moved Liam Farrell to one centre, John Bateman to the other centre. He put Bibby out on the wing, and then he moved Kai Pace-Paul into the second row, which I left Kai Pace-Paul where he was. But I don't know what I don't. We scored a couple. We scored. You know, he's got 2 tries from him when he went on the field. So you know what I mean. But he had a quiet night really. Didn't do too much. He didn't. Huddersfield didn't give him the time like Leeds did last week and to get going and that. So yeah, I think they managed him pretty well, Huddersfield.
Well, that's all right then. And I see Chris McQueen again scoring another try. Like you would have thought all week at training, Wigan would have been doing all the video and going, righto, McQueen scored 2 tries. He scored 3 tries in 2 games. We're going to make sure he doesn't score. And I know Wigan got the win, but fuck, they must be filthy that they let McQueen score.
It was because obviously the try come from they went out left, and then they come back, and then our left hand edge defence didn't move up, and it just got shipped out to him, and he went over. So yeah, I was disappointed with that try.
Yeah, wow. Did when it was 16-12 Wigan, were you concerned that the Giants were coming back? Because I was reading on Twitter, everyone was like, "Oh, here we go, the Giants are coming. Wigan's discipline is getting a bit out of control." Were you nervous at all when it was 16-12?
Yeah, they had 3 sets on our line. the first two, obviously we give penalties away and thinking, and he looks thinking, and the last one, obviously Wigan defended pretty well and put him into touch. But yeah, I'd say I was a bit nervous there was going to come out. I think, like I said to you, I think there was going to come. They was going to do to us what we did to Leeds last week and score them first couple of free tries, and kill us off. But we managed to hang back in, get a bit of arm wrestle back, and we got an upfield and scored a decent try through Bateman as well. So. But
Yeah, mate, what a player he is.
Huddersfield's second try was a decent try. There was 20 metres in, kicked it on the blind side to Ennis Senior, who passes it back into Lolalea and scores. So it's a good, nice little try.
That's brilliant. And, the Giants, obviously, they were 2-0 to start the year, taking on a big challenge in Wigan. And obviously, they didn't get the result, but you got to think the Giants are still pretty decent. They've started the year very well, and Wigan was a good challenge for them tonight, who obviously one of the big sides. And obviously the Giants didn't get the job done, but it's a good test for the Giants now to see where they're at, and to only lose by 10 against Wigan.
That's it.
At the DW Stadium, of all places as well, was actually a pretty good effort from the Giants.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised with Huddersfield. They managed to handle us pretty well in patches of the game.
Yeah.
Obviously, we scored that first try. I thought, here we go.
Yeah.
And then get one. Then we get another one. Obviously, Liam Farrell gets his second, and then we get another one off a scrum. Bibby, I actually thought Liam Farrell scored his hat-trick, but it weren't. It was Bibby who got the try.
Okay,
yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. When I was on Twitter looking at the Wigan game, I thought the best players on the field were probably John Bateman, Liam Farrell. Kyle Pearce-Paul looked like he had a really good game as well. They're probably the three players that's come to mind when I was reading on social media about who played great. I'll say them three.
Yeah. Obviously, Liam Farrell, he got the two tries. Should have had an hat-trick, really.
Yeah.
Bateman had a good game. Kyle Pearce-Paul again. They couldn't handle that. Yeah, they couldn't handle them offloads for him. Obviously, he got an offload to Tommy, who had to put Liam Farrell in for his first one. And then I think Kane Ellis had a good game as well. I think he had a good start. Yeah, he had a good game. Patrick Mayo.
Patrick Mayo, I was just going to ask you about him.
He had a good game. I think he had a better game last week. Yeah, he come off the bench in patches. He did pretty well. I think Liam Byrne come off the bench as well. And I think Tommy Lulu had a good game as well.
Yeah, Tommy Lulu experience. He's a good leader, that bloke.
He was running around like he was 21 again, that lad, tonight.
Who would you say was the Giants' best player?
I'd probably say Chris McQueen had a good game.
Yeah, McQueen, yeah.
Kudjoe had a good game. He looks lively.
What about Leon Price? How did he go? Oh, not Leon, Will Price.
William.
Yeah, Will Price.
He was all right. He obviously got named at fullback, started at fullback, but then he moved into halves and Lolalea went to fullback. He had glimpses running across the line and that. So I think Lolalea had a good game for them as well.
Yeah, good to hear. And before we get into the Leeds Catalans game, who would your man of the match be for the Wigan Huddersfield game?
I'd probably say Liam Farrell. He had a decent.
From what I've read everywhere, everyone's saying Liam Farrell should have had a hat-trick, like you said, and dropped it over the line. But Wigan, they are now 3-0 to start the year. It's an incredible start for Wigan. And next week, the Wigan Warriors, they take on
Toulouse away.
Oh, Christ, they'll be fucking 4-0 then, playing Toulouse.
And then we've got Catalans a week after as well, away as well.
That'll be a big one. As for Huddersfield, they take on Salford next week at the John Smith Stadium. So that, depending on what happens with Salford over the weekend against Hull FC, that Huddersfield-Salford game could be a game of the round next week potentially.
That could be a good test. That'd be a good tasty game. That obviously.
That'd be a really tough one to pick.
Obviously, hoping for you, Salford get the win.
Oh, I fucking better. All right, so Wigan, a little bit too good for the Giants, but the Giants, we can all see that they are improving. And Wigan, 3-0 to start the year. It's a good start. They'll be 4-0 after they put Toulouse. They put 50 on Toulouse next week. But
hopefully,
let's get to the other game. Leeds and Catalans. Now, I know you didn't say a lot of it because you obviously at the game between Wigan and Huddersfield, but the game started off fairly decent. Blake Austin scored the first try again, back-to-back weeks. Yes, I did back it. $150 richer off Blake Austin again.
Yeah.
He's always good for first try score, that bastard. He was paying about $19. So I got on him.
I looked through Twitter on my phone, obviously, at the game, and I'm like, I knocked my mate. I went, he's done it again.
He's done it again, Blake Austin. He loves the first try score.
Yeah.
So Leeds got off to a good start. They're scoring the first try of the game. And then not long after that, Fuad Yaha went over and scored. And then at halftime, it was 4-4, and it was really back and forth. I thought Leeds at halftime were probably the better side, to be honest with you. Cruz Leeming was playing great. Caesar's short kicking game was outstanding in the first half. Austin was very quiet, so he was sort of in and out of the game. A lot Blake Austin.
It was a lot like that. I think he was like that last week when he was in and out of the game.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, and then Matt Pryor and Tanavano had some good moments as well. Bodane Thompson played majority of the game at back row due to Alex Mellor going down with a dreadful injury. Hopefully he's feeling better. As for Catalans though, Sam Tompkins went off injured. Mitchell Pearce got sin binned. Yet Leeds still couldn't take advantage of that. But in the second half there, Cassiano with a short ball to Joe Chan, which got Catalans in front. And then, get this, Tompkins goes off around the 60th minute mark, injured. That doesn't come back. He injured his knee. And then in the 64th minute, Pearce got sin for a high tackle. And I'm thinking to myself, 10-4, Tompkins is off injured. Pearce is in the bin. Leeds must take advantage. They had chances, but they blew it. First of all, I want to ask you, what do you think about Leeds being 0-3, and are they in trouble now?
I'm surprised, very surprised, because obviously I thought they was going to have a good season, and I've obviously put them high in my league predictions. And I think that I think it's one of these, isn't it? It's first 3 games. If I was a Leeds fan, I'd be panicking.
Yep.
But then, from what I can see now, I would be panicking. Don't get me wrong. But I don't think they need to panic too much, because obviously, I think once you get Blake Austin, you get a few these lads who are injured and that, and you get obviously James Bentley back from suspension. I think you'll see Leeds start in the straps and maybe go on a good run.
Now,
you don't win a season.
I am disappointed with Leeds. I am disappointed with Leeds, but what I will say is they have had a nightmare draw. They did play Warrington first, which is tough. They did play Wigan last week, which is tough. And now they played Catalans. They played
three hard games.
So you've got Saints who are the best, but Leeds played the other best. So it's like they've had the draw from hell. But like you said, when they play Wakey, Castleford, all these sort of sides to lose, they'll be on a roll then, won't they?
Definitely. At least they've got the three hard games out of the way. You know what I mean? They can go on and hit the straps and let them go. Yeah. Obviously, Blake Austin and Eden Caesar. Obviously, when they played 2 season games. So I think once them 2 start hitting the straps and you get a few injured players back and that, I think they'll go pretty well and they'll start.
I believe Richard Agar, he fucked the interchange up so bad. I know Leeds had injuries, but get this: we have 20 minutes to about 25 minutes to go in the game. They took Cruz Leeming off around the 50th minute mark. Cruz Leeming did not get back on the field.
He didn't.
It did not come back. I'm watching the game there and I'm doing my live reaction to it. 20 minutes to go. That would have been perfect to bring Cruz Leeming back on, but they didn't bring him back on.
It is. Obviously, he's the captain as well, so he must have had an injury or something for not coming back.
No injury. I promise you right now, he was all good. No. Apparently, they ran out of interchanges. How fucking stupid is that?
That's a bit. Yeah, it's.
I was going off. I couldn't believe it. I'm going, what are you doing? He was your best player in the first half. He kicked the 40-20. Some of his passing game was excellent.
I seen his 40-20. I just turned it on my phone. and I
Yeah.
seen 40-20, and then didn't they get a repeat set straight back from that
Yeah,
set?
I think Caesar did. Yeah, yeah, he did. Yep.
Yeah, so obviously, and then don't understand that then why they take him off with half an hour to go. And
Oh, it's so fucking dumb. I mean, I know they wanted to get Brad Dwyer back out there, but when you're down by 6 at home, it would have made sense to have them both on, have Leeming and
yeah,
Dwyer on at the same
definitely,
time.
definitely. You could probably play. You could probably move on to Leeds, couldn't you? And have that
Yeah,
extra pair of runs. So
exactly.
especially when you're chasing the game, you know you're 2-0 already,
Yeah.
well 0-2, and you could do with a win, especially at home. You know, what I mean, you've lost 2 home games already.
Yeah, just take some chances and shit, but disappointing from Leeds, man. 0-3. I think they are in a little bit of trouble, but I tell you what, the game against Wakefield next week puts them under a lot of pressure. That is
It
must
does.
win.
I think it is definitely. You need to win there. Obviously, you need
If
to
they
beat them.
lose to Wakefield, there will be ambulance sirens going in the Leeds locker room. They will be very, very concerned.
There'll be some sort of inquest going on because
Now, Blake Austin in the game, he suffered a head knock, and I'm surprised. He was allowed to come back on. He got hit in the head, and he was trying to get him to play the ball, and he just literally fell straight back down. And he passed the HIA. Now, that's crazy to think that he passed the HIA. Now, it's a bit of a strange question, but do you think some of these players are faking the HIAs so they can get back on the field? Are they rorting the system? Because when a player
yeah,
gets hit in the head and falls straight back down,
but,
surely that's got to be it. Can't come back
yeah.
on after that.
Sure, for me, yeah, it's like getting up and your legs are. It's obviously his legs were like jelly, so that's why he's gone down.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously, I don't know what actually goes on in a test, one of these tests, but by the sounds of it, he shouldn't have come back on. Really, obviously, we had one on it. Obviously, at the Wigan game, Kay Cussy got it. He took a knock in the first. I think it was the first tackle of the game. Obviously, went off, but ended up coming back on. He we knew he'd done something because obviously he got up and he was holding his head, but he weren't wobbling around and that. So yeah, like it's one of them. I don't know what goes on in the test, and I don't know what gets asked or done. So I wouldn't like to think people are faking it, and they're obviously trying to get the.
With me, I think if someone gets hit in the head and they fall back and they try to get up and they fall back down, then that should be it. Like they shouldn't.
That's it. Yeah, I agree with you there because obviously they've been out. The legs are still jelly.
Yeah, exactly. And fuck me, like you're just taking a risk and you're just putting your own health at risk if you're going to come back on, and
That's
it's just ridiculous. But on the Catalans, so Catalans were very their defense was outstanding. I thought they played really well. They had a lot of chances to score. Catalans had a lot of opportunities. Their right hand side with Mitchell Pearce and Davies and Farre, they had created a lot of good chances down that side, and they kept fucking it up. There was this one part where Tom Davis made a big break downfield. Tommy Davies threw it on. It didn't pass it on the inside the Pearce. He should have passed it. I don't know what he was thinking there, but some of the players for Catalans that really stood out for me was the hooker Michael McLaurin. He had an outstanding game. Michael McMeekin was great.
Did he start at front row? Did he start on the front row, McMeekin? Did he start?
No. Hang on. Yeah, he did. He did. Yes. He was good. He was very good. He had a really good game.
Obviously, the shot on props at the minute was obviously with the
early injuries, suspensions.
Yeah, obviously with Napper and Dudson. So I think that's 2 games they've lost. I think they've still got another 2 games to go, haven't they?
Yeah, they've still got a few more to go. Yeah. Mitchell Pearce's performance was okay. I wouldn't say it was anything great. He's probably like a 5, 6 out of 10. He didn't do a whole lot. Same with Josh Drinkwater. Didn't do a whole lot. Now, fucking Semisoni Langi almost fucked it for Leeds. Fucked it for Catalans. They should have scored. Yaha should have got a double, but dickhead tackled Tyndall without the ball, denying Yaha another try. The fucking idiot Langi. Best player on the field for me from this game, I'd probably have to say, I thought Joe Chun off the bench was very good. Cassiano was good. Tyrone May played a fullback for the rest of the game with Tompkins going off in the final 20 minutes or so. But the best player on the field for me was either Michael McLaurin or Mike McMeekin for me, for Catalans. That's what I reckon anyway. But, best player for Leeds, if I had to pick one, I'd probably have to say Cruz Leeming. It was probably pretty good. I thought also Liam Sutcliffe at left centre was very good. He caused a lot of dramas out there. He played really well. But Leeds, I don't know, man. Last tackle options, not kicking, running on the last, errors. They were frustrating to watch Leeds tonight. They were very frustrating. And I've got to say, at home, at Headingley, losing to Catalans, not good. Very, very disappointing.
Obviously, the Leeds faithful will be on the back as well, though, especially being at home. They'll be open to. I think at the at the 3 games, I think you'd expect Leeds to only pick up at least 4 points, but they've come away with none of this, so it's panic stations for them. Yeah. But I think it's gonna impact them for chasing that top spot in it now. So
if they lose to Wakefield, they are in a lot of fucking problems.
I can't see Jaeger saying if they lose though.
Oh man, the Leeds fans will be wanting Agar gone.
Well, they lose to Wakefield. Obviously they had David Fern, was it there last season, and I think he lost 4 games and he was gone.
Yeah, he was gone after that. Yeah,
he was gone after that. So
I'm just reading the chat here. John, good old John 94. He says John Wilkin and Denny Maguire both said that try that shouldn't have. The Yaha no try. They reckon it's Denny Maguire and John Wilkin said it should have been a try. Well, I don't agree with them. He tackled him without the ball. I mean, I think that was a fair call. I'm sure you'll see it. Just Rugby League and all over social media.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and check again.
It was the right decision. You can't. If you kick the ball for someone for a try and there's a contest, you can't tackle the other player. You can't do it. It's just you can't do it. But Leeds Catalans, it was one of those tough, low-scoring games, and Catalans ended up getting the job done over Leeds. Leeds have got a few things to work out. Catalans wasn't pretty. Catalans haven't been pretty to start the year either. Obviously losing the Saints round 1, just surviving Wakefield last week, and just getting over Leeds. So just getting wins at the moment, which is good. You don't want to be playing your best football early on. You want to be getting wins. But, Catalans have been they've been all right to start the year. 2-1. Not bad for the Dragons. Not bad.
It's one of them, isn't it? You obviously, like you say, you don't want to be playing your best rugby, but them sort of wins, them ugly wins are what get you to obviously up that league, don't they? And it's one of them. They're still picking points up, not playing well. So yeah, they'll obviously when they start playing well, they'll start hitting teams for obviously like last season. So they played us. They weren't playing the best rugby, but once they battered us over in France, Wigan obviously didn't look the same teams after that, and then Catalans just went picked it up, and then obviously they took them to the grand final. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
we'll see how they go.
It's going to be very, very interesting to see how they go next week, because next week Catalans play Warrington next Friday night over there for you guys. Next Saturday morning, 7 a.m. for us over here. So that'll be the game of the round next week for sure. Warrington and Catalans. That'll be huge game. But I reckon I might wrap up the review. Obviously, Catalans beat Leeds and Wigan beat Huddersfield. Before we wrap up the stream, what was the atmosphere like at Wigan? Did you have a good time at the footy tonight, mate? How was it all?
It was good. Atmosphere a bit wasn't the best. Obviously, Huddersfield didn't bring that 2 minutes. He didn't open the north stand for them. Normally don't bring many. Obviously, I put in the group dinner. I said they've come on a minibus. There's not that many though. So the atmosphere was one of them games. It was cold. It wasn't as cold as last week, but it was.
That's all right. Then it was fucking. Remember last week it was -4 or something.
Yeah. It was cold last week. This week it's wet.
Yeah, it's wet here right now. I don't know if you can hear in the background. It's absolutely pouring down here where I am. Here in
That's what
Australia, here
that's
in
what like
Lisbon.
here. Obviously.
Absolutely pouring down. It feels like I'm in fucking England right now. Just pissing down rain.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I reckon that might wrap up the review. Catalans have defeated Leeds 10 points to 4 at Headingley, and Wigan have beaten Huddersfield at the DW Stadium 22 points to 12. I want to thank Just Rugby League for coming on the channel to review both games, even though I only saw the one game, which was the Leeds game. Obviously, you only saw the Wigan game, but mate, thanks for coming on the review. It's been a lot of fun.
No problem. Thanks for having us on again, Nick. And like I
No
said,
worries.
absolute legend, mate. So thanks for having us on.
No problem, man. I'm sure next week when you play Toulouse, there won't be any need to review that because it'll be over at halftime.
Well, I hope so.
Oh, yeah, it will be over at halftime, and Giant Field might go berserk. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. It's now 9:56 a.m. I've only had 3 hours sleep, so I'm gonna go get some beauty sleep now. I'm fucked. But anyway, guys, like and subscribe. Go check out Just Rugby League. The link's in the description below for his channel. Anyway, guys, have a good day, night, wherever you are in the world, and we'll see you guys in the next one.